Movie first, TV series first. Matt's already argued that we have to have a TV series first, but, well, he's wrong and an idiot, and we should all tell him to shut up. Go comment on his video, shut up, Matt. So we have the debate, movie or television series first for Stargate. I'm going to argue that we should have a movie first. Welcome to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV movie channel. So on Tuesday, we dropped a video on SciTrek by Matt, who argued that we should have a television series first and not a movie for Stargate. That the new franchise needs to kick off with a TV series, and it would be stupid for them to do a movie first. Now, don't get me wrong. I know there are some risks that if Amazon and MGM decide to do a movie for the Stargate first, and then that movie bombs, that it will kill the franchise instantly. And that's a very pessimistic, cowardly way of looking at the problem. I would say, let them do a movie first. Let them kick off the new Stargate franchise in a big way. A cinematic release, a movie, say $150 million budget, some big actors, a big plot, a movie that can only be appreciated on the big screen. Why not go big? This franchise deserves us going big, doesn't it? It would probably be cheaper to create a television series, hey, maybe even two, than creating one movie. But at the end of the day, we want the Stargate franchise to be kicked off in a big way. We want the big cinematic release. We want all the interest and attention that a movie will get, that a TV series just won't. A streaming service series, don't get me wrong, they have a lot more impact than they used to. Back in the day, you've had very much television actors and movie actors. And movie actors were the A-listers. They were the big boys. The TV actors were always considered, just TV actors. But nowadays, those lines are seriously blurred. You can have actors, A-list actors appearing in television series and vice versa. It really doesn't matter as much as it used to. But the cinema does still have the big draw. If we see a big premiere with the red carpet, etc., it's always a big deal for a movie and not so much when a television series does it. Also, a movie will still attract the big names. We could get some seriously and properly decent actors in it. Look at the Star Wars. When the new Mandalorian series comes out, the Star Wars fans are very excited. We all are. We go and watch it. We love the series. But when a new Star Wars movie comes out, well, everybody loses their freaking minds.
That is a fantastic point. Everyone will lose their minds if there is a movie comparing it to Star Wars. Yeah, I absolutely see it. But the problem with Star Wars, and I think the problem with Stargate as well, is the TV shows are just infinitely better. If we're comparing Stargate movies to Star Wars movies, I would much rather have a Stargate series, because the more recent Star Wars movies absolutely suck compared to the series.
It can make billions of dollars at the box office. Now, I'm not saying Stargate would do that, but what I'm saying is the cinema is still the place to go if you want to make a big impact and if you want to kickstart a new franchise. Now, I also know there is a risk that Amazon could decide to go the movie route and actually go the hard reboot route. Now, that is a concern. But everything we've been told and everything we've heard whispers through and actually had confirmed by Roland Emmerich is that Amazon consider the TV audience to be the ones that are important.
And there it is. That is why we need a series before a movie. The Stargate franchise was built on the TV franchise. Yes, the movie was successful. One of the highest grossing films of MGM's entire lifetime. I agree wholeheartedly. But it wouldn't have been as popular and it wouldn't have been as grand without the TV show. Focus on that.
What we can infer from that is that actually SG1, SGU, and SGA is the canon that's important. That they know us fans will lose our fragile little minds if they do a hard reboot, particularly after only 15 years. You know, if this was in another 20 years' time and Stargate was something that was on our TV screens 30 years ago, then I'd say, yeah, hard reboot. But it's not that long ago. SG1, SGA, and SGU are still on our screens and they still look good. This is not like when Ronald D. Moore did Battlestar Galactica. And, you know, you had the original from the 70s that was on 80s and that looked very set in the 70s and 80s. It's not like that. SG1 still stands up today against any other television on our screens. It's still that good. SGU is even better from a production point of view, and SGA is just as beautifully produced as anything on our television screens today. So they cannot do a hard reboot, and I am confident they won't, but obviously it's a risk. But to be honest, it's a risk whether they go TV or movie. I think it's just a little bit more of a risk with the movie way. Another big reason for bringing out a big cinematic release is that obviously, again, it will create the impact. It'll get all the advertising that goes with a big cinematic release. And hopefully it will attract a load of new viewers. And at the end of the day, us gators will go and watch this film, we'll go and watch this television series. No bother. You don't have to ask us twice. But other people might need asking. They might need convincing. A TV series can do that. You've got 10 hours, say, to excite people and to get people hooked. But it will not get the advertising on television, posters, etc., that a movie will. So if you want to attract new people to the franchise, and we do, regardless of what you think about this sort of thing, if we want the franchise to actually succeed and for us to get as much Stargate as possible, we need it to be popular. We need people to actually watch it, not just us gators. We need more people to watch it. A cinematic release can do that. It can attract new gators to the franchise and then work into the TV series that we really want. Because at the end of the day, a 2-hour experience, that'll be great. And I'd love to go to the cinema and eat my popcorn and drink my Coke and watch Stargate on the big screen again. I missed it first time around. I was too young, but that would be my absolute dream. But then what I really, really want is 10, 20, 30, 40 hours of television to follow it. I want a series that really develops characters that we get introduced to on a big screen. We want to develop those characters. We want to get to know them. We want to get to love them in that television series. But the way we get to do that and the way we get to see that as a long-term project and not just, a little mini series is for us to have the big franchise. And to have a big franchise, you need the big movie. And the other thing is, I genuinely think this is where Amazon are going. I've reported to you a couple of times that Jennifer Salke thinks this is the way to go, and she is the big cheese at MGM and Amazon. She's the one that will be actually writing the checks and agreeing this. It is also, I believe, why we're still waiting for an announcement, because they want to do a movie first. And until last week, they didn't actually have a chief executive in charge of filming and streaming over at MGM and Amazon. The management team is now in place, and it looks like that maybe we could be about to get a decision on this. But if it was just a television series for MGM Plus, I honestly think we'd have had that decision by now. But because they're thinking about doing a movie first, it's taking a lot longer to actually get that green light. They're looking to bring Stargate back as a big franchise, something that they will put front and center, that they want to challenge the might of Star Trek and Star Wars with. And that's why this is taking so long. So, TV or movie first? Movie. Go on. You know you want to. Amazon, just sign on the dotted line. Jennifer Salke, sign on the dotted line. Get us this in production. Please. Please, guys, get in the comments to tell us what you think. TV series or movie? After listening to both arguments now, even though you know Matt's wrong, he's always wrong. Go comment on his video, Shut Up Matt. It amuses him, promise you. Even though he's obviously wrong, he might have a point. So what do you think? Get in the comments and tell us both exactly what's on your mind. If you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, it really helps out. Also, you can go over to Patreon and become a full member there for a small fee. And for that small fee, you'll get most of our videos before YouTube, and you can watch them without the adverts. As always, guys, please stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Okay, now the final credits have gone. I can be honest with you. We do these little argumentative videos where, you know, he takes one side and I take the other, and I have to argue that I want a movie before a television series. If Amazon are listening, don't do it. If I have any influence over you at all, which I don't, but if I did, don't do it. Do a television series. If you do a movie and it fails, we got no more Stargate. A television series is way the less risky option, and we get a lot more actual like stuff for that. So yeah, do a series, please. That'd be lovely. Thank you. Bye.